Okay, this is the Recycle mod. It will allow you to take any entity you own and convert it back to the blocks that it's made of. What we're going to need is the ID, which can be found on the statistic panel, but can also be found by using the console command DI. Players have access to the DI command. It's one of the only commands they have access to. Notice the same ID that was on the statistics panel is also on the third line of the little window that popped up at the top. I prefer using the DI window. It's more accurate because the ID on the statistics panel does not always update as it should. Plus, the DI window stays open so that you can compare to make sure the ID in the DI window and the one in chat are the same. You do /recycle, then the ID number, hit enter. It'll ask you if that's the vessel you want to recycle. If you click yes, it just takes everything, puts it into a recycle window, and you can just take it from there, dump it right into your inventory. Super easy, right? I don't need all this. This is just an example. Close. It's all gone. Anything left in that window disappears permanently. There is another option for that to be returned to you in the setup.yaml, and you'd use the /rc. Yeah, but I don't have RC set up on this example. Okay, yeah. It's telling me that they exist in the file. I just don't have access to them because the setup for this particular example is not set up that way. Ooh, you do not need to see code. Okay, commands recycle, recycle continue. It asks for your save game name so that it can find the database. I forget why I needed that for this mod, but I'll look it up. Okay, and then if you choose to have a cost associated with using recycle, it uses a mathematical formula of this number times the size class plus this number. Right now I have both of these set to 0 because, hey, that's the way I like to roll. Return type, there are 4 options right now. I'm planning on adding 2 more later. Return type 1, the way I currently have it set up, it uses that item window. 3 and 4 both use the player's inventory. They just dump the items straight into the player's inventory. This one is not currently programmed yet. I'll get it eventually. And then as far as forbidden items go, this is the list of items that you don't want players to have access to. So this current list is like admin core, alien admin core, alien turrets, alien spawners, basically anything that you do not want the players to have access to. And that's pretty much it for that part. As far as setup goes, you go into parsers, you'll find a parser blocks config. It runs through an entire script. Just wait for that window to close. That has to happen before you start the server, or else it will not allow the mod to work, because it has to create these files here and this one. This one's most important, and so is that one. Those are all created automatically, and they use a relative pathing to find the correct blocksconfig.ecf file in your file system. So the parsers folder has to be inside the recycler folder. I may change that later if people start complaining about it. Setup, that's the setup file right there. We just went through that. And instructions, in case you don't feel like watching this video again, walks you through the setup. It's really that simple. And this one will be going live on November 1st, 2020.